Wait, what?
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the tray, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Welcome to the fucking post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, blah, 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 whoop-de-scoop. I'm joined today by Ant, annoying ass. Ant. Fuck it. I'm joined today also by George, British ass. George. Fuck it. I'm joined by this other random white guy, Alex. I don't know how many of them in the network at this point. Alex. Fuck it. The only man on this panel never to be fooled by Bam Adebayo is the California Cain. My boy Brian. Even Brian, I got to say, fuck it. No Ja. No Desmond Bain. No Jan Jackson Jr. The next man up, Dylan Brooks, shooting like ass. And Miami drops this game by 8 points to what is essentially Tyus Jones and the Temptations. I'm not going to sit up here and do much of this. Alex, we're going to wait. No, before we get to you, look at this. Look at this. Why this negative energy? Them boys are hooping. Allowed 64 paint points. It's so hard to do. Played with so much culture tonight. They gave it everything that they had. Tyler Herro was our best player on the floor tonight. 8 for 20. 3 of 11 from 3. But he had 13 rebounds. He had 13 rebounds, bitches. Danfield, thank you for the $5 dono. He said, I'm starting an agenda. Trade Duncan for Tyus Stephen Curry, heat-killing sniper Robert Jones. Hey, man, Tyus Jones never plays outside of himself. He always just kind of does the job. But, Alex, we're going to start with you. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game. How you feeling? All this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positives to take away from this game. I thought it went really well. Like, you know, we don't have our full lineup. We're missing Victor Oladipo. He hasn't played with the team yet. Omer Yurtseven hasn't played this year. You know, I feel like there was a lot of good things with this lineup. Like, you know, Jimmy was distributed in the first half, like 4 shots taken. So, like, he was letting other dudes get theirs. You know, Duncan Robinson was a major mainstay in the rotation tonight. 0 minutes, 0 shots, plus minus 0. Dewayne Dedmon. You guys heard of that guy before?
I wish I had.
No, we're not talking about Dewayne Dedmon tonight.
Oh, that's what we doing tonight, fellas? Oh, this some nasty shit that's gonna go on this panel. That's how y'all come here. Brian, give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
Yeah, first thing I want to say is I'm sorry to all the Dolphins fans out there to get your ass whipped by the San Francisco 49ers and then to come and watch this. That's rough. That's rough, you know. Florida just taking a whole lot, Miami specifically taking a whole lot of L's. Crazy. You know, honestly, I came on here like watching this game fully prepared to talk about how this is a bullshit win. I was gonna say the Heat won by 30, and it would mean as much as me going up and beating up like a starving homeless man and saying I'm the greatest fighter ever. You know, it just. And then that first quarter looked kind of good. Tyler looked good. You know, Jimmy was, you know, letting Caleb do his thing, and I was like, all right, cool, everything's cool, going how it should, whatever. And then they lose by damn near double digits to the Memphis Grizzlies without John Morant, without Desmond Bane. Like, I don't. Honestly, it's kind of funny to me. This is like almost like a Christmas miracle. The type of game that I watch, I just see the Grizzlies get into the paint, bucket after bucket after bucket. The Heat outscored or outshot the Grizzlies from three. They had 6 more threes, and you still lost by 8. That's just amazing. Bam Adebayo tonight. What is he shot? He took a lot of shots. 5 of 13. Yeah, that's Kyle Lowry, 3 of 8. That's pretty cool. Caleb Martin, he did good in that first quarter. 4 points after that? I'm just, man, this is horrible. If y'all expected this team to do shit, look at this. Oh, look at this game. Look at this game, man. This is a bad team, bro. It's a bad team.
I don't think that they are. Yes, I do. Let me not even start with my bullshit. Yes, I do think this is a bad team. Justin Bless, thank you for the $1.99. Don't know. He said they actually were doubling Bam and Jimmy first time. For what? For what? Jimmy doesn't give a fuck where Bam Adebayo is on the court at any given time. So they don't need to double.
Why are we doubling Jimmy? He doesn't fucking do anything. He just sits around and passes the ball for the entire first half, and then he decides, oh, maybe I'll take a couple shots for the beginning of the third quarter, and then he goes sits in the fucking corner again. The dude doesn't care. He plays. He shot the ball 11 times tonight,
bro. Jimmy back, bro. That's all we need to know. There's Jordan. Thank you for the $10 don't know. He said, I'm not here to gloat after a loss, but I was told the Celtics game was a turning point. Listen, brother, don't give me money spreading your nasty agendas out here. Thank you, Alex Kemper, for the $4.99 don't know. Actually, do give me money and spread nasty agendas, because I'm finna get on here and I'm finna spread some too eventually. Because it's not even an agenda at this point, bro. Thank you, Alex Campbell, for the $4.99 don't know. He said Tyler was passing well early, but clearly Gabe and Strus must have had the under on his assist. Sure, and then he stopped passing altogether. Justin, teach these folks how to operate when they're in here. Make sure you like this stream. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the Basement Sports Network. We need those subscriptions. We're trying to get to 2K, so run those likes up for us. I've been talking a lot. George, I want to let you get your shit off. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
If you think about it, it's actually really ironic, because in preseason, when we versed the Memphis Grizzlies in preseason, and they had their entire starting lineup, our bench came out, our third string, our G League came in, and we wiped the floor with them. And that's when all of the hope was starting. You know what? Hey, Haywood Highsmith looks really good. He's playing really good. Jamal Cain is the next KD. All this stuff. Everything was looking fantastic. And then our bench shot 3 for 17 tonight. Bam Adebayo looked like he wanted to take a night off. Jimmy is releasing his new iced coffee line with Big Face Coffee. He's taking his next 2-week break. Caleb Martin just wanted to shoot and didn't do much of anything else. We out-rebounded them, and they still had 64 paint points. 64!
That's why we out-rebounded them, George, because they were not missing in the paint. They just kept scoring.
64. What the fuck were we doing the entire time? Look, what's his name? Santi Aldama. Santi Aldama's going in the paint. He looks really good. Tyus Jones looks like prime Steph Curry. Who the fuck are these players, man? But this was the team that hasn't have any problems. We didn't have anything wrong with this team. There's nothing wrong. But no, this was just a bad game. They just had a bit off one, but they're still going to win the championship. They're still going to win. They're going to win it all. It's fine. I've been told they're going to win it all.
I've been told a lot of things, George. I've been lied to a lot of times. I'm not going to believe every one of them things. I'm not going to believe your bullshit. This is not a very great basketball team. I want to make that clear. Can they be competitive, fiery every now and again? Sure. You saw it last game, Boston. Yeah. But, bro, on average, is this game? I'm going to throw this to you. We didn't have Depot. Good point. And I'm going to throw this to you, though. Is this loss any different than the losses that we were seeing at the beginning of the season. You play good in the first quarter, offense goes to shit. You lose the game.
It's the exact same. I mean, listen, a lot of you guys alluded to it. It's no secret that on Heat Twitter right now, this season has kind of all of Heat Nation very, very split just because they had such a great year last year and they're off to such a terrible start this year. So you have a very clear divide between the optimistic Heat fans and the pessimistic Heat fans. One thing I want to get straight, though, is that the optimistic Heat fans think that us pessimists want to be right. No, we God pray that we are wrong. But seriously, we do. Nobody sits here and gloats and is glad that this team sucks. That's not the truth. The truth is we have eyes and we're watching the game. And if you have eyes and you're watching the game, you can't come to any other conclusion other than that this team sucks. Seriously. Right. And we not trying to sit here and just be pessimistic because that's what we do over here. I mean, seriously, look at the roster that they were versing tonight. There were seriously at least 3 guys I had never heard of before. And maybe about 3 others that I had just knew the name, but couldn't pick them out of a lineup. And they lost to that. Coming after the best win of the season, coming after you can finally tie it up to finally get to come 500 after a long road trip. If you were ever going to try to win a game, this would have been the one. And you would have thought they would have came out there with some effort, but that's the sad part. We've seen games this year, they try hard, just miss shots. That's not the vibe I got tonight. The vibe I got is that they did not give a shit. And you could tell that by Jimmy Butler taking 11 shots, by Bam only taking 13 shots. I was shocked to see that they did out-rebound Memphis, but I guess that's just because we said Memphis was basically doing whatever they wanted. They was getting everything inside. It was sad. It was really, really a sad performance when you see the lack of effort. And that, to me, is a clear sign that you're not good enough. If Jimmy's out there playing like that, he knows they're not good enough. And at this point, I'm just praying that they make a move to sell. You got some assets on this team. Strus has been terrible. Gabe's been terrible. I think those guys will pick it up. Hopefully they can pick it up towards the trade deadline. And Miami's got to get rid of these guys because there's no way. If you're one of the optimists, it's time to come to reality. If you're watching this team, it's very clear they don't have it. It's just very clear.
Yeah, so I think you brought up a good point. And it's one that we kind of alluded to several times. Like, this team looked like they didn't give a shit. They cannot afford to play any games where they do not give a shit. This team is the way that they win is they maximize the talent, the limited talent that they put out there on the floor, and they play balls to the wall every game. So that's kind of how they have to play, and they haven't do. My boy just to say the Heat are 1-4 when Tyler shoots 20 plus times. To be honest with you, he was the only player who looked like he gave a shit tonight. Like,
I don't want to put anything on Tyler this game. He was the only one that cared.
Caleb Martin too.
First of all, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. I'm gonna slander Tyler Herro when
you get your slander off. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna do that.
Me personally,
don't tell Roy what to do, rookie.
Listen, folks. Talk to him, Ant. You had to go through this. He don't know yet. Don't worry, I got him though. I got him, little puppy. You just relax. Thank you, Cords, for the $5 don't know. He said, "How does Dedmon manage to get in foul trouble off the bench every game?" Let's just stop right there. We just go pause the conversation right there. Let's talk about fucking Dedmon. No. Next. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I just took that up real quick.
That was beautiful. Talk about Dewayne Dedmon real fast because the man is legendary. He picked up 4 fouls in 5 minutes. Like, he was out there selling. So let's start with Brian. Brian, talk about Dewayne Dedmon. I don't even give a fuck about talking about who played good. I just want to talk about who's fucking ass.
Dewayne Dedmon had an impressive game. He played 9 minutes, 4 fouls. How did he shoot 5 times? How did he get 5 shots in 9 minutes?
Because he don't give a fuck. That's why. He don't give
that
a fuck
one
about
possession where he did that little spin move under and got blocked. He got the rebound like 3 more times and shot it.
Dewayne Dedmon has been asked for like 90% of the season. He had a little stretch where he was like a decent, role player, a decent backup to Bam. And people thought that Dewayne Dedmon isn't coming back from anywhere. He wasn't anywhere to begin with. Dewayne Dedmon is a horrible NBA player, bro. They're playing at this point they have to play Udonis Haslem minutes because Dewayne Dedmon is getting into foul trouble so quick. If you're religious, pray for Bam Adebayo because tonight he played 38 minutes. We're probably going to see a lot more of that going forward unless the Heat find an actual backup to Dedmon. He's just not good, bro. He is a third string center on most teams, and he is Bam's primary backup. And unfortunately, it's a lot of nights like this where he just tries to foul out as quick as possible.
So he don't have to play.
Huh?
He fouls out so he doesn't have to play.
He don't want to be out there. Dewayne Dedmon does not want to be out there, bro. Like, I'm convinced he does not want to play NBA basketball.
Bro,
yeah, man, this is what I expect, though. This is what I expect. Like, within the first couple of minutes of Dewayne Dedmon being on the court, I expect him to have at least 1 or 2 moving screens. It just is what it is.
Like clockwork.
Yeah.
Dewayne Dedmon is Hakeem Thabit with an ego problem. That's who he is. It's literally Hakeem Thabit with an ego problem.
That's a throwback.
With a green light.
He is so unbelievably crap. It's like watching him play is like eating a coconut with the skin on. It's just just taking a bite of it like it's an apple. It is painful every second. Every single second.
Trash. He's fucking trash.
So fucking bad.
Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 dono. He said they're only 30 games in. Relax. My bad. They're not 30 games in. They're not. I think it's only 24, 25. Yeah, it's 24. Only 24 games in. I'm not going to say it because 24 games in. Like, so relax. Then he said we got to get to the 30 game mark. No. James Todd, thank you for
not been over 500 once. Crazy. Not been at 500 once. That is let me read James Todd. Don't know. Thank you, James Todd, for the $4.99. Don't know. I'm not going to give you my customary advice because you called me a jerk the last stream, but you best believe if you give me some more money, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you came here for. He said officially have the mindset that Bam and Jimmy don't mix. Also, I need my number one option to actually want to be on the floor every night and shoot. I think one of the reasons that Jimmy and Bam don't mix as good, and it's been said multiple times, is because neither one of them is a legitimate shooter. Like, if Jimmy was a shooter, then this pairing would work together much better. But it just does not work, and it doesn't help that Jimmy don't pass Bam the fucking ball at all. Dan the Film just said, and Highsmith is still a bum. Bro, let folks tell you, bro, he's goddamn Tony Allen, defensive player of the year out here. I heard them call him the locksmith on the broadcast tonight. I threw up in my daughter's face. The Reaper, thank you for the $1.99. Don't know. He said Jimmy doesn't even look for Bam on the road, shaking my damn head. Jimmy don't look at Bam at all, bro. At all, bro. Like, that shit is annoying as fuck. Let's go the rest of the way around this sorry ass bitch. Let's talk about how Gabe Vincent is tanking his trade value right before our very eyes. Alex, I'm gonna throw this one to you. I'm only giving each one of y'all one off the bench because then we'll go around to the starters later.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe was like incredibly forgettable tonight. I can't name one positive thing he brought to the table tonight. Usually it's some sort of defense, on-ball defense, but I mean, Tyus Jones was just cooking his ass all night.
He made a shot at the buzzer that he released.
Yeah, that didn't count. That was cool. I genuinely cannot remember another shot that he even took at this point in time. But it's just consistent. It's the same thing over and over. We're asking so much of these dudes that don't have as much talent as we need them to have. And we're asking Gabe Vincent to be a dude that can come in and score 14 every night off the bench. And he's not that player. Gabe Vincent is a dude that can maybe get you 8 to 10 points in a role that fits him. And he's not that. Like, we have him playing a larger role than he's supposed to be.
I think he was good in the role last year. And I think for 1 year at a time, these guys can't fill those roles that we need them to fill. I agree. You get to the second and third fucking year where it's like, okay, the league has progressed. How far have you progressed? And you've kind of reached the ceiling early on.
Yeah, tape comes out on guys. They start to research their tendencies. And then, before you know it, you have a dude making $90 million, getting 0 minutes, DMP, CADs. So
religiously too, Alex. Like, he's not in the rotation. Excuse me. I'm going to give you Max Strus. He's another guy who did nothing. But talk about what you saw from Max Strus tonight.
Listen, this pains me to say, but he has been absolutely horrific for as long as I can remember now. Outside of that first game versus Boston, I think, which they got their ass kicked in the fourth quarter anyway, so it don't matter. But he can't shoot no more. There's obviously a big problem. The Heat were up 11, then they brought in the bench, and immediately it turned around. But the part that sucks just outside of him for the bench overall is they literally had between him, Gabe, Dedmon, and Highsmith, 4 complete bums come off the bench tonight. And that's what absolutely ruined the game for them. And we've been seeing that a lot lately. Usually it's not all 4 that are terrible, but for the most part, none of those 4 players are having a good year. You're talking your entire bench now is essentially not having a good year with the issues that they have in the starting lineup with their fun-sized power forward and the rest. But Max Strus has been disappointing, but because obviously he's a guy I'm a big fan of. But one thing I will say as sort of a silver lining is usually we see guys ball out in their contract year. Thank God that is not happening, because I could have easily seen them maybe trying to get rid of Duncan at the deadline and making the same exact mistake with Max Strus. So thank God that we're kind of getting it a year early. Otherwise, this team could have been in even way more trouble than they're in now. But it's very clear at this point, you can't pay those guys. Hopefully they can sell them if they have some kind of value whatsoever. But he certainly had some at some point, but at this point, maybe a second-round pick.
That's what I'm saying. And if he's worth the second round, he's actually contributed something of value this year to this team. What has Gabe done? Gabe is going backwards. Like, you cannot sell a small defensive dog point guard that can no longer be a defensive dog because he's small. Like, that's just the problem.
He's got to hit his threes, and he's not doing that even. So
that's
what's
same
left.
Thing with Max. Same thing with Max. Like, it's kind of, it was the same thing with Duncan. If they don't hit the fucking shots, you are useless basketball players. Speaking of useless basketball players, you get shameless Highsmith tonight, George. I don't know, bro. Like, I see why people are turning their eyes around on them, but I also know what I know about him as a basketball player. He's fucking garbage.
And the sad part is he wasn't even that bad tonight. But I still look at him and go, he's just not what we need. Can he be a productive bench piece moving forward?
No.
Maybe as the 12th man, as coming off the bench, he should be what they're doing with Duncan now and keeping him on the bench at the very, very back, hoping to God that they don't have to play him. But they're willingly playing him. He had 6 rebounds. He had 3 steals tonight. He's a good defender. He's a good defender. But that is it. That is it. He's not consistent in any other aspect of basketball. You cannot keep having one specialized talent players. You can't have Duncan Robinson giving you 3-point shooting. You can't have, 3-point shooting. You can't have Haywood Highsmith being the defender. There's just no versatility. You can't play these guys if they're not doing their one job. And especially tonight, no one did their job. No one. I'm talking that includes the starters as well. That includes the starters. Against the Celtics, it's so easy to get blinded. It's so easy to get sucked in to this roster, because when everything goes right, this team looks incredible. Happened against Portland this year. It happened against the Celtics. When everything goes right, we can win. But that is so
underdog shit. That underdog shit be hitting, George. Like, that's what it is. I think
it hits until you let Xavier Tillman drop your ass. Like, it's amazing. It's so fantastic that we have to keep doing that. When the margin, I keep saying it, Harry has said 1,000 times, when the margin of errors is so low, you're going to lose so many more games than you think. Because I swear to God that Bam, Jimmy, and Tyler have a meeting every single day and go, you take the shots, you play today. 1, 2, 3, break. And then Tyler Herro goes out and does everything, and Bam just sits there going, good job, Tyler, really good. Like, from the sidelines. Oh, Bam, you're in. No, but Tyler's dribbling down the field. Shut up, man. It pisses me off. It thoroughly pisses me off, because this is a game where Bam could have taken over, where Jimmy could have taken over, and they both go, I'll give the ball to, give it to Tyler. Tyler's got it. Tyler will have 13 rebounds. It's fine.
But that's the conundrum that this team finds itself in. That's the conundrum that this team will consistently find itself in. With players like Jimmy and Bam, who are so natural at deferring, that's why you have a different player every night. that shows up. And I feel like sometimes this team gets stuck waiting to find out who that player is going to be for that night. And so tonight it was Tyler. It felt like it was Tyler early. But I mean, from a shoot, like you can tell, like it just, I don't know, bro. Like that shit's pissing me off. Thank you, Corey, for the $5. Don't know. He said 11 bench points by the Heat led by Highsmith. We just hit rock bottom. No, we didn't, bro. Because we was how can we go from our highest point in the season to rock bottom like the next game? That's a drastic fall. But you spitting though. We might be at rock bottom, bro. Like just being real, like because at this point, like the Boston Celtics game looks like the aberration, not this one. And that to me is my biggest problem. I do want to get into some of the players from tonight, but they ain't do much of shit. So let's start with Jimmy, bro. And everybody gonna get a chance to get their shit off about Jimmy. And we're gonna start with you with this Jimmy conversation, bro. Talk to me about Jimmy's game, bro.
Yeah, I'm starting to change. I was pretty heavy earlier in the season saying, yeah, he hasn't been great. Yeah, he hasn't been aggressive this game and that game. But I didn't want him to be. I understand that going into the playoffs, he can't be playoff Jimmy every single game because you want to have his body well rusted. But they are at the point now where they're not going to make the playoffs. They really not. Something that
shout out Ricky J. Martin.
That's what I was gonna say. Shout out to Ricky J. Martin, somebody that I didn't actually see that tweet back then, but I have no shame in saying that if I did see that, I certainly would have thought it was a terrible take, just like George below me thought too. But we're all wrong. And guess what? I'm not afraid to admit that I was dead wrong either. So I'm kind of at the point now. I'd rather Jimmy be Jimmy because we're paying him to be Jimmy. So it's not like we ain't paying him. And then get to the playoffs and see what happens. But yeah, it's disappointing, but that's the sign to me. Jimmy's the guy that I think wants to win at anything, even if it's a practice game or anything like that. So for him to not try, I legitimately think he looks at this roster and realizes that they don't have enough. Even though I guess after the Boston game, he said he sees a championship, but he always be saying that stupidly locked in shit. But yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, at the end of the day, they pay him to be a max player. Too many days off, in my opinion.
I'm still on the shit where I don't really give a fuck about Jimmy Butler not giving a fuck about the regular season. Like I can't go all the way to the point where I was like I want him to care now. Nah, I'm straight. You don't got – this is what it looks like when it's what I asked for in the beginning. Like, I don't care about this. I want Bam and Tyler and Kyle Lowry to care on a night-to-night basis. George, talk to me about Jimmy Butler.
You know he's giving you 45 in the playoffs. You know he's giving you 35, 10, and 10. You know he's giving you 20, 29, 11, and 15. You know.
You hope he's
no, but you know because the last few times he's done it, every single time. You know. But
not 2020.
Shut up, that never happened. Okay, that never happened. Watch your damn mouth. When we're versing David, Rudy, Roddy, wherever the fuck that name is, and Bam and Tyler can't take over because they have massive fall-offs in the playoffs. Year after year after year, they have lows. Tyler Herro's best playoffs was the year he was drafted and they threw him in the bubble.
Stay on topic. We talk about Jimmy this game.
Jimmy doesn't need to perform. Doesn't need to perform 99 out. He gave us a great game. He had a shit game today, but it's not on him. This game is not on him. I'm not putting it on him. He still had 8 assists. He still had a steal. He still had 18 points. I'm going to sneeze. It's gone. But
bless you anyway.
I'm sick of people going, if Jimmy did this or Jimmy did that. Jimmy still had a fucking phenomenal game. And you look at it all around. He still was all around the stat sheet. Had a great game. But I can't see a world where he has to do that with 99 out in any situation. He shouldn't. Not 82 games.
Real quick, George, you don't see a problem with the fact that Jimmy and Bam look horrific on the court at the same time?
Well, this is the problem. How can it work last game, but it works this game? It's not even the same thing about, everything going right. But if you can't find a way to coexist 99 out, it shouldn't be a night-to-night basis. Like, how do you do that against the Celtics? Healthy Celtics. But you can't do that against a weakened Memphis Grizzlies. It's too hard to figure out. It's a problem.
Well, it's not our problem to fix. It's Spo problem to fix. And Spo got to get some of this smoke too for the way that he's been going through this season. Brian, we're gonna stick to Jimmy Butler in this game.
Yeah, I feel like two plays that kind of like signified or represented this game was David Roddy posting up Jimmy, getting a little layup. Like Jimmy just like bounced off of him. That was something you don't usually see. And also Jimmy kind of going for one of his patented steals off just a little bit, misses completely, and then I forgot who it was, but I think they hit a three. And you kind of look at Jimmy's overall stat line for this game. You say he had like 16 or 18, 6 and 8, which is a really good night. Most nights you probably win. Most nights with Jimmy having that type of a performance, but it still kind of felt like he just wasn't all the way there. Part of me feels like he just didn't give a shit about this game overall. Part of me kind of feels like Jimmy probably expected this would be a blowout. Bam, Tyler, Caleb, take over, and you all go home. He only plays like 30 minutes, right? He started to kind of get back to what we would expect Jimmy to be in that third quarter. And, again, most nights it probably works out. This night it doesn't. It just seemed like he just wasn't all there mentally, which I don't know, man. It could be a lot of things with Jimmy. Overall, I thought it was fine, just not the same forceful, impactful Jimmy that we're used to seeing, despite the numbers.
Yeah, I think the numbers aren't indicative of the actual game that Jimmy played. He got the numbers, and that's cool. A lot of people who like to watch stats are going to point to that and say that Jimmy was fine this game, but it's like you said, bro. It just wasn't. He didn't play with the same force or impactfulness that he customarily has on the game, and I'd rather him play that way and have a worse stat line because at least he impacts the game more so on the defensive end. Alex, after I read this dono, then you can go ahead and give us your thoughts on Jimmy. Darius Jordan, thank you for the $5 dono. He said Jimmy carried 4 multiple years with barely any help. He can relax, in my opinion. Front office ain't never got him the needed help. I agree. He hasn't been surrounded with a cast that complements his skill set well enough. Alex, talk about Jimmy's game tonight.
Yeah, I'm just tired of Jimmy, honestly. I know it's a hugely unpopular opinion right now, and no one really wants to say it, but I'm tired of Jimmy doing nothing for the entire first half, every single game. Bam, Tyler, and Lowry are out one game. He took 8 field goals in the whole game. He doesn't play unless he wants to, and cool. He gave us some 45-point games in the playoffs. He gave us some very memorable playoff moments. Did we raise any banners? Did we win a championship? Because I really do not care if those performances didn't result in anything. Like when did our fan base start getting the attitude and the mentality of like, oh, second round playoff performances where he's putting up 45 is something cool to look forward to. We should love that. Like, no, like we literally shit on other franchises daily on Twitter about not having championships, about not having a good team culture around them. And people are now infatuated with Jimmy Butler giving you 16. He averages 20 in the regular season. When is he going to show up and do anything? I guess he had a game plan going into tonight. Maybe he liked the third stringers of the Memphis Grizzlies. We do know previous Jimmy Butler third stringer things from Minnesota. So I don't know. Maybe he wants to hang out in Memphis. Maybe Memphis is a desirable place for Jimmy Butler to play. Memphis does have a lot of draft picks. I think we should maybe consider moving Jimmy Butler to the Memphis Grizzlies and, going from there.
Listen, bro, I knew where that train was ending, and I was not going to stop you until it got there. I was going to let you get all the way there. Look, you got some fans down here. My boy Jubilaire, he said, build around Herro and Bam already. I don't want to get into that conversation. I'm not there yet. I'll warm up to it. The idea of this team losing this year, I'd rather see other people gone before I see Jimmy gone. I just put it like that. I put it like that. One of the people who falls in that list is Kyle Lowry. We're going to talk about how shitty he was. Brian, we'll start with you this time. Talk about Kyle Lowry's sorry ass.
He didn't really do much today. I mean, he complained a lot to the refs, but I feel like that's kind of par for the course of Kyle Lowry. I feel like though he's been better this year, better than I expected. But I think this is, again, one of those games where you kind of look and you say he's a 37-year-old point guard. You're not going to get 20, 10, and 10 from Kyle Lowry, for a lot of or something close to that, right? Just slow. Guys walked by him because he's 37. I think the Memphis Grizzlies announcers said something about Kyle Lowry walking over to them and telling them that he's old as shit, which to me is bruh. But I think the most important number for me, though, again, this line looks good on paper, 10, 7, and 6, but it's still the impact, like we talked about with Jimmy, just didn't feel like it was there. The shooting was not good at all. But I think again, we're looking at a guy who's still playing 33 minutes a night, who defensively probably isn't the best point of attack defender, which is again why I think that despite Gabe's ineffectiveness, like he still has value on this team, is because I think that at this point he's probably a better defender than Kyle Lowry.
It ain't no problem about this, brother. He's absolutely
absolutely. Which is a problem. Because again, you're also paying Kyle Lowry a lot of money, and he's not going to have an impact as a scorer. You kind of want him to be able to clamp up on a guy like Tyus Jones, but obviously Tyus had 28 tonight, so it's just. It's just I look at him a lot of nights and I see he's an old point guard. He's a guy who's going to be out the league in 2 years, and this was at Kyle Lowry.
That's nice, and put that back up there one time, because I think people need to see this. Like the random scrub heat killer tonight was Tyus Jones. I don't know if Tyus Jones is a random scrub. He doesn't customarily shoot the ball like this. That boy was on fire tonight. We couldn't do shit with him, couldn't find him, and he just kept killing us from behind three. Want to thank Dash Jordan for the $5 donut. He said missed the Gabe comments, but he's been looking bad on defense because his strengths are man defense, not zone. I blame the weakness in the backcourt ability. They can't guard anybody in man. So, I think we should just the zone point is becoming exhausting at this time, at this point in the season. I don't want to keep talking about it because we can't fucking play man. We're going to get crucified if we play man. Who has? Can
I get on that with the zone just for a second?
Go ahead.
So the record in a season for most zone minutes is a little over 1,000. The Heat to this point in the season are just under 700. We are going to obliterate the shit out of the zone record.
That's a weird ass stat, and it is eye-opening for the talent level. Anthony, what did you think about that stat?
I mean, it's kind of what they have to do, right? I mean, when you playing one guy, when your tallest player that you playing is Bam Adebayo, who's barely 6'9", and your next tallest guy is Caleb Martin, who's 6'4", you kind of have to play zone. That's really the only way you can try to hide these guys on defense, but it's doing a terrible job working. I mean, I did see, though, that I think they're number 2 in defense when Bam's out there, and when he's not out there, I think they're dead last or next to dead last in defense. Something crazy like that. That speaks to Bam Adebayo, but really, they have no one else that can guard up. We saw when the game was getting close, how many times did we see Steven Adams get the ball down low, get a putback? Xavier Tillman ended the third quarter. He finally cut it back all the way down to one possession. He gets a putback. They just are putting out there really small guys. I mean, this is an issue that...
Two things real quick. Jimmy Butler's taller than Caleb Martin. Jimmy's 6'7", so he could play the 4, but he doesn't want to. And what's that guy's name you just said from Xavier Tillman?
Yeah.
That is one of the slowest basketball players I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. That Euro that he got a layup on, I lost my shit because it took 15 fucking minutes. That bitch is so slow. Go ahead, Ed.
No, I mean, you said it with the Jimmy thing, though. They switching everything. Caleb Martin is guarding the other team's power forward 70% of the time, and it doesn't work. But yeah, that's what happens when you're going against bigger guys. And it sucks because this team, we know this Heat team has some talent, and they have enough shooting that they're able to get on these runs. But they can't go on a sustained run when every time the other team misses, they get a rebound or get an easy shot inside. I mean, we saw they got killed in the paint today. That's simply because the other team has bigger dudes than us. And we see that time again and again and again. And when you play a team like the Boston Celtics and shoot the lights out, you can get a win. But that kind of shooting is not sustainable, and that's why this team is under 500.
And, bro, it's not even like the big men don't even have to be good. They just have to be big. Aldama? What's his name? George, what's his name? He's from your country.
Santi Aldama is not from my country. He's Spanish.
Yes, he is, bro. That's what I said. Why can't he defend people like Salty Aldama, your first cousin?
You're asking me about my first cousin? He's the GOAT. That's why. He's the GOAT. They're not going to guard him. If he's got my blood in him, bro, he's going to be the best player of all time. No, The reason is simple. The reason is simple. And it comes all the way back to the size thing, but it dives a little bit more deep into that as well. When you don't have capable bodies inside, you're susceptible in the paint. That's the obvious point. But as the game goes further on, and the zone starts pulling and stretching, and then you're having guys like Tyus Jones absolutely shoot the lights out. And then he's dragging defenders to him as well. And Dylan Brooks is still shooting 11 threes, even though he's missing them. And it just opens the floor up for everyone else. Santi and Steven Adams. Steven's one of the strongest players in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. But in terms of brute strength, strong as hell. What I was saying as well, even though Dewayne Dedmon was ass, he still only had 4 fouls, did he? He ended up finishing with 4 fouls. Let him foul the fuck out. Let him foul out. And he's just going to stand there anyway and just get his ass beat. Shut up, Adam.
Don't address it. You see, you got to learn to ignore it and just keep moving, bro. He'll get you in the comments. You got to just plow through it, George. Plow through it.
If Dewayne Dedmon's still on the floor, you still have some sort of coverage inside the paint. Let him get his last 2 fouls. He's not going to get fined. He's not going to get anything. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's not going to be suspended for 5 games. Let him foul out. If they're destroying us in the paint and Bam can't handle it by himself, you have to put someone else there. And that guy is not Udonis Haslem, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. This is the last game you want Udonis Haslem to be playing in.
It's going to be Udonis Haslem, just for the record.
That is Simbola the GOAT. Oh, my God.
But, yeah, it's absolutely going to be Udonis Haslem because what other options do you have on this roster? There are none.
Jovic.
Shut up. He's too skinny. He's in the G League.
Spo fucking hates him. Like he's not a real thing to Spo. He don't even speak English. What? Oh, we can talk about Tyler Herro. We'll start with you. Get some positivity flowing in here, Alex. We know how much you love Tyler Herro, bro. Talk about his white greatness tonight.
Hey, I'm not going that far. I have criticisms for Tyler Herro for other times, but tonight, honestly, I thought this was his best game of the season.
8 for 20, 3 of 11 for 3.
I mean, he's been really fucking bad to this point in the season, or he's been out. So the bar is pretty low. But anyway, he only took like 2 or 3 like really objectively stupid ass shots tonight, which is like down from his 8 or 9. So like that's a positive, right? You know, we'll take that. I thought he looked for Bam when Bam was trying to be aggressive off of certain pick and roll action and stuff like that, but they weren't running that action too much anyway. And I don't know what the fuck Spo was thinking not doing that, since it led to 4 straight Bam masterclasses, of course. But he made some good shots. He had that one late in the shot clock where he had like a mini turnaround jumper or something, the only move in Tyler's bag that we've seen in his 4 years in the league. But yeah, I mean, it's like 8 for 20, like you said, right? Like a mediocre game from Tyler this year has been his best game. So take what you get.
I fucking hate Tyler Herro. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't do it anymore with him, bro. Like he's fine. Like he's fine. Cool, but for him to only take 2 bad shots and still shoot bad, like it's Brian, talk about Tyler Herro. Maybe you're more positive as well.
No, I mean he shot a lot. He did shoot a lot. He shot 40%, which is objectively not good. I don't know why. It makes me mad whenever I see that Tyler Herro has like 13 rebounds. You said on another show, like you don't pay Tyler Herro to rebound. He probably had more offensive boards than he's ever had in a game tonight, which is pretty cool. But I don't know, bro. You're playing the gutted version of the Grizzlies, and you couldn't give me more than 23. I mean, if you're gonna fucking shoot, you might as well go get 30, 35, 40, whatever. He can't.
40.
At this point, no, he's been like 4 years, 3-level scorer. Bradley Beal, James Harden, all these people still hasn't.
Did you say fucking 40?
That's crazy.
He ain't never.
This would have been the game.
He means he's going to take 40 shots. Take 40 shots.
Times,
not have 40
43 shots. Fuck
I'm just saying, bro. Like, hey, if you are that guy, if you're this elite offensive option, go get me 40 versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And he got 23 on 20 shots. Yeah. That's I don't even have much to say. It's just again, he shot a lot. That was my biggest takeaway. He shot a lot, and they lost.
Well, that's what happens when he shoots a lot, apparently. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $2 dono. He said Jovic fixes the Bam Jimmy work together thing, though. I don't think so. I honestly don't think he fixes that. Alex, they gave us money. You have to do it now. Adam Barak gave us $1.99. He said, take the hat off, Alex.
No, you can take that out of my cut.
That's fine with me.
I'll pay you
said,
$10 right now to take the hat off.
No, you need more. And you got to pay the basement directly.
Define more. How much do we need to get donated for you to take the hat off?
I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
Give us some arbitrary
$100 and you have to take the hat off.
100 kangaroo dollars?
No. 100 American real money dollars.
If we get
$100 USD, I'll do it.
Okay, so listen, everybody in the comments, if we can get $100 by the 50-minute mark, y'all got 4 minutes. So we got 4 minutes to get $100.
You don't want to miss it. I've had the privilege of saying,
Adam is gonna spite donate 99 right now.
We're gonna extend it to the end of the show. We're gonna extend it to the end of the show. If we can get $100 by the end of the show, then Alex will take his hat off at the end and show everybody what his head look like. You know, somebody get $100. Dan, you can start, bro. You got a little change in there. I see that nice fancy camera. Yeah, that's so I want to talk about some general themes. Anybody got any general themes from this game that they took away that they want the panel to discuss?
I disagree with y'all on Tyler Herro, though. So just a little more on that. Like, for y'all to say that he does not have a bag, I don't know. I still don't understand that. Yeah, he's inefficient. He's been inefficient his whole career, but he can score from anywhere on the floor. And I still think that's a lot more important than you guys are giving him credit. 40% for a guy that takes a lot of jump shots, I don't think that's that bad either, especially in today's game, day and age. You rarely ever see someone shoot over 50% anymore. But I think the reason he was 8 of 20 is mostly because he has to, because nobody else on this team wanted to shoot any shots. And why do y'all want to see Alex take his clothes off?
Shout out Darius Jordan for the $2 dono. The nasty man say, do I do it? Hey, man. Hell yeah, you do that big dog.
It is such a good header. Oh my god.
First it's the hat, and then what's next? Like,
take your shirt off and do it for $5.
They made me buy a Tyler Herro jersey. They made me buy a Tyler Herro jersey, bitch, with likes, and that shit was fucking nuts. So make this man take this hat off. I want to see his hair too.
Tyler Herro was good tonight, man. At least someone's got to say it. Him and Caleb Martin.
Alex did say it. Fuck Caleb Martin, bro. He was terrible last game. Like, look, bro, this is the problem, bro. Tyler Herro is not a problem. He's a good player. And yes, tonight may have been a good game, but there's a theme with Tyler Herro good games. Alex, if you would please repeat that stat for us one more time about Tyler Herro and 20 shots.
Oh, it wasn't me, but I think someone said we were like
1 and 4. George. I'm sorry. No,
we were 1 and 4 when they had 20.
Shut the fuck up and let George give his stat. George, what's the stat about Tyler Herro and 20 shots?
No, I didn't give that stat. I didn't see that stat.
I think it was a comment.
It was 1 and 4. It was 1 and 4 when Tyler Herro takes 20 or more shots.
Well, fuck both of y'all then. Another one. I gave it. I said it. I said it. The Heat are 1 and 4 when Tyler Herro take 20 shots or more. I think that's what it is. But yeah, but this is another example of that. Where at times, like Brian said, he shot a lot. So it felt like he hijacked the offense. And when he hijacks the offense, we lose. Anthony Donato.
I got a question then. How can you sit here and say that you don't like Tyler Herro and Bam need to be aggressive, but then say, trade Jimmy, let's build around Tyler and Bam? Explain that logic to me, because I'm hearing too much of that.
Easy. So, listen, this team as a whole does not fit together. So, Jimmy, Bam, Tyler, Kyle Lowry, they do not fit as a unit that can help us contend. I believe that the Heat should pick a fucking direction. If you're gonna go all in on this Jimmy bill, then get rid of Tyler and find some, and Kyle, and find some better pieces to put around he and Bam. If you're going to go young, then get rid of Jimmy and then go all in on Tyler and Bam. Like that's the logic to me. Like it may sound like ridiculous. It's just not. It's not that complicated to me, bro.
So are you saying that Tyler and Bam? Are you saying the Tyler and Bam duo has the potential to one day, even 5 years from now, be a duo that can be a contender?
Yes, if they have a number one option to go along them.
My question is, like, go through every team in the league right now and look at every single player on every roster, which one player in the league is both available for trade and good enough to make this team a title contender right now?
Durant.
That's it. It's Kevin Durant. And then the next question, the follow-up question to that is, do we have the assets to acquire Kevin Durant while keeping Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo?
Fuck what you talking about. The boy George gave us 10 of them Aussie dollars, which I'm converting to USD in my hand.
That's like $6.
Shut the fuck up. That's $10. But we got $2 from Darius Jordan, so that's actually $12. And then the nasty man pulled up with the 60 bones to bring us to a whopping $72, where he said, I start the hat takeoff bid at 60. My dog. Fuck is you talking about? So now we are only, $28 away from getting that luxurious set of follicles shown on this stream. We got 10 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start wrapping it up, talking about the next game that Miami got going on. But don't worry. Feel free to continue to get, you know what, where my phone at?
I want to so bad, but I just put $20 on the Jimmy over, and he fucked me over. So I'm not trying to lose. What happened, George?
Put $20 on the stream instead. We're so close.
I already got 20 on Jimmy tonight.
I can't stream and do this at the same time. No, we got to talk about the next game. Who did he play next? Because this
Detroit tomorrow.
Oh, we got a back-to-back.
Oh, we're fucked.
We play Detroit tomorrow.
Oh, we're fucked.
And we played them at home. We played them at home, so that means that Miami's traveling right now back to Miami. Alex, you want to host tomorrow?
I guess. I don't fucking know.
If you motherfuckers in the basement watching, my boy Darius finished it off with the $28 dono. He said, it's time, my guy. Darius Jordan, you are the GOAT, bro. You are the fucking GOAT, bro.
All right. I got you. Let me fix the hat here, though.
No, don't worry about it. We finna see. We're going to pause the whole show.
Darius Jordan.
I feel like I should donate something now while he's doing this, but it's going to make a noise.
Just the hat, though, Alex. Nothing else.
That boy Alex got us anxiously waiting this, bro. You on full screen, Alex, so it ain't nobody else on the screen, bro. Is this theme music?
How long does it take? Yeah, do we got some kind of music in here?
To take off.
I'm confused why this is taking so long.
What if I just sit here for the rest of the stream?
Yo, bro. I'm about to say, bro.
Give the people what they want.
This guy's a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you got to take the hat off, bro.
No, that's all you get. It's looking real scuffed.
For $100, bro? Oh, no.
Bro.
Oh, hell no.
My money.
Come on, bro.
Hey, George, get the wig. We'll join them.
Quit beating the man. But I ain't gonna lie, now we got the boy do kind of look like what most white people confirm to be Jesus. He ain't gonna hold you. But the boy Alex Christ right here.
Audience like that, bro.
See,
all the way off, bro.
Look at it, my dog.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Come
was
on,
not
Alex,
prepared
bro.
for this. No.
We're gonna refund my dog Darius Jordan his money. Cause we can't let him off the hook like that. If he ain't gonna take the whole hat off, then we can't do that. We can't do Darius like that. We're gonna refund Darius his money, bro. Send me a DM that no, Darius, stay out my DMs with your nasty ass. We can't do that. They called you a scammer. Boo! But with the dollars. Look at him. You get killed in the comments tonight. But
That's
next
fine.
time we got Detroit. I know. So the boy feeling good?
Detroit? You think this team gonna be Detroit? They just lost to a dude named Santi. Actually, Santi's pretty good, but yeah, sure, why not? They gonna win. Why? No fucking reason.
Santi's not good. Can we just put that out there? Let's just put that out there. He's actually not good.
7 foot with a strap. He's pretty.
I don't give a single crap if he's 8 foot with the strap. I don't care. He's
I'm
not
be
good.
Here tomorrow. So just they're gonna win. Give me something else to talk about.
Shout out to Darius Jordan, bro. One of the realest people in the world. For the $2 dono, he said, "Keep it. I support the basement." We know it, big dog. We know it. We got to find you a legitimate business so that we can promote you. Because them likes ain't gonna cut it. We can't do that. George, the boy feeling good.
We're about to watch Jaden Ivey have one of the most generational performances of all time. That guy is going to cook. I've been watching highlights, man. Every game we're about to play, we're going to see a better and better trade destination for Jimmy Butler. First, it was Memphis, then it's Detroit. If Detroit wants to make the finals or have an Eastern Conference play-in, give us Jaden Ivey. We'll give you Jimmy Butler. It's so simple. It's so simple. Give us some picks as well. But no, we're screwed.
Fuck that. Look, Detroit's not gonna get. I like Jaden Ivey, but I can't get him Jimmy, bro. Like, because I want to send Jimmy to a situation. If we do get into that, I want to send Jimmy to a situation where he has a chance to be successful. Like, I don't want to horn like that.
Jimmy,
Kate Cunningham, and Sadiq Bey. No, so they got to give me Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey's in that deal. He's in that deal.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm here, George. I'm here. Brian, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, the boy's feeling good. Detroit, they have like the second worst record in the league.
Has that mattered?
I mean, no, but it's just, I don't know. Logical brain says that this is probably going to be a blowout. The Heat are good. But I haven't commented on the Jimmy thing. I actually don't want to trade Jimmy. I like Jimmy Butler. One, because he's black, and I'd rather trade Tyler Herro over it. It's like, come on now. Yeah.
One time.
Also, Jimmy Butler is like, he's like, he in my mind is Scotty to somebody's Jordan. And I feel like Jimmy Bam and like a legit first option does win a championship. So I'm like, yo, trade Max, trade Gabe, trade Kyle, get whatever assets you get for those guys, package whatever you get with Tyler Herro and your future first, maybe a lottery pick. And then, like, you get some good back, sign some veterans, no Udonis Haslem, no Dewayne Dedmon, less undrafted guys, and we're good. We're right back. It's just the Heat got to be willing to part with the trash on the bench and in their starting lineup. And, like, it's an easy path. You just got to be willing to get rid of white boy Rick. Tell everybody, like, he's on the market, and, like, it's right there. It's right there. So.
But listen, I'm there. Like, somebody said, y'all think Jimmy 27? No, we don't. We know that boy 33. I'm also like, that's kind of my line of thinking too. Like, my first course of action isn't to trade Jimmy. Like, that's not my first path. I would like to see Jimmy Butler win a title with the Heat in this uniform. But if I do not believe that is going to happen, I will ship Jimmy Butler's ass up out of here. Smooth the fuck. I will pack his fucking ass up. I do not give a fuck. But if there's an opportunity for us to get rid of, like, kind of follow the plan that you just laid out, get rid of some of the trash, could get some assets, trade them for a player who can legitimately be a number one, I'm all in on that. The problem is, will that happen?
Can I interject?
No, because the Heat front office is pussy. So, yeah.
Go ahead, George.
Can I interject? The longer you hold out on this hope and dream that Jimmy will deliver the championship and things like that, the older
he gets.
Absolutely.
It's the older he gets, the worse he gets.
Which is why they got to make choices now. No, okay, but
it's coming up to the January trade deadline, and I want to see some moves. Do you understand how high the value is of Jimmy Butler in a mid-season trade?
Jimmy Butler is going to be making $50 million next year, and he's going to be turning 35. He's going to be turning 35 at some point next year.
Pat Riley doesn't know the age of his players. There's been multiple times when he's legit just been confused. Last he said PJ Tucker was prime Udonis Haslem. So I don't. There's a good chance Pat Riley thinks Jimmy's like 23. So he may drag the shit out as long as possible.
No, for sure. Alex, the boy feeling good?
No, my agenda is going to be in shambles tomorrow. The Pistons are way fucking worse than we are, so this is an easy Heat W, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, how can anyone feel good about this season, man? Like, I really just don't give a shit about this season at this point.
I think they give me pockets of time to care. Like, the Boston game, I cared. I felt that. That's
just because, like, fuck the Celtics, because we're all on that train. But like,
right, it was fuck the Celtics. Top four guys playing well. Something to get behind for once. Like, after
now you got a back-to-back against the Pistons. Like, I don't fucking care.
Now I'm back to reality. But either way, even when I'm back to reality, the Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? Exactly, George. Fuck is y'all talking about? The Heat are about to blow this team out because the Detroit Pistons are PU, not like POUGH, James Poe and the people over at Simple Health Advisors, the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network. So we want to thank them and everything that they have done for us at this network. Folks, you got to give them a call or email them. And I was trying to wait for you to get together. But email my guy James Poe at jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com or give him a phone call at 321-345-7738. Fuck is you talking about? Great shit. Everybody, y'all make sure y'all blow that man phone up one time. Even if you're just asking what he does, then just blow him up. Hey, fuck is you talking about? I like that. It's gonna be an interesting live if we lose tomorrow. I'm not gonna be. I see you, George. I see you, George. But no, I'm not gonna be here one way or other. So y'all blame Alex Show. He already done scammed y'all out of this hat business. But we'll see how he do tomorrow. Oh, you think we're gonna let you live that down for that money for $100?
Hey, it's
you're
fine.
gonna get your ass cooked for the next 5 streams.
That's fine. I do not care.
What it's gonna take for you to take that hat all the way off? That's what I need to ask. I need to know the criteria.
You got to catch me on a day where I'm washing my hair.
$1,000 US.
What is this? A Head and Shoulders commercial? Like,
Yes.
what the fuck, man? Tresemme, ooh la la, head ass. Fuck wrong with this man out here. I'm about to ride Dove body wash. I'm sorry. I can't
Body
whistle.
washing the hair.
Shut your fucking ass up. You ain't take that hat off, so nobody don't care what your hair look like no more. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to Ed, thank you to Alex, kinda. Thank you to George, and thank you to Cain Brian for joining me on this thing. We'll see, not me, but some people will see y'all tomorrow to talk about that Detroit Pistons game. Ed, you ready?
I'll be here. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, you'll be here. I don't care who's gonna be here. Play the video, Ed.
We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul. But when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.